You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension.
Hi, welcome to the Garageband Talkshow.
Are you finally gonna buy it or what?
It will be, Mark. Not if you don't have money.
A dimension of song. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind.
How's it going out there? I'm Kyle P. Davis, aka the Reverend, and this is the Garageband Talkshow, where I'm here with Ignatious. How you doing today?
I'm well, sir. How you doing?
Can't complain. Another day, another day. It's basically been the same day for the past few months, ain't it?
It has. It pretty much has.
So, where are you from out of, anyway?
Man, so I'm based in Pomona, California. That's home now. Originally from Los Angeles. Bounced around LA. Spent a lot of time in North County, San Diego, too. So I've really just been around everywhere, honestly. But what I rap the most right now, at this point, is Pomona, California.
This is Ignatious, and I'll be performing a song off my new EP, Look at the Fire.
Ignatious.
Good.
Look at the time, sleep about your rhymes. There go my bro, watching me from the sky, bumping away. Mountains surround us and there's a fire. Look at the fire, look at the fire. Walk through the fire, walk through the fire. Walk across the cold, walk through the cold, plow through the snow. Rising the low, plot on the low. They ain't gotta know about the next mode. Don't speak and just go. Watch out for fools go. Yes, it glisten, I know. The concrete I roll, the concrete I roll. My time is real close. Already can smell it. I'm tipping my nose. You reap what you sow. A matter of time to all the fruit show. Find me in Pomona. The kids carry hoes. Too scary, I told you. I combat it with love. Come straight from above. I pray that's enough. They hurting inside. They fill you with pride. They mask it with tough. Show every part that's inside of me. Sometimes it be hard to breathe. Water surrounding me. All of my people crying these rapid tragedies. For me and I need to know the line has been drawn. What side you on? Look at the time.
Alright, so I've heard your music, and first of all, you're stellar. Like, I gotta tell you, it blows my mind. Now, I hear some mixes of, like, of course, you know, if people hear your music, their first thing will be hip hop. But like, I hear hip hop. I hear a bit of soul in your vocals as well. I want to know, what are your inspirations?
Man, that's a great question. Anytime people ask me that question, it's usually pretty tough to answer because my inspiration stems from so many different genres and things. Like from just growing up in the West Coast, there are artists that come out of the West Coast. You know, the long list of those, and then random stuff like theater and things like that. Like for some reason, they're fused together. I grew up on a lot of Boyz II Men. When I was a kid, I was that weirdo kid who liked Boyz II Men. Like as a young boy, that wasn't like, it's kind of frowned upon, but nah. I used to listen to a lot of Boyz II Men, and they helped my development a lot in terms of understanding melodies, it's crazy, honestly. Like I really don't. It's so many different things, man. Honestly.
How'd you get to the sound you're at now?
Honestly, that's an amazing question. I've never been asked that question before. Honestly, in terms of the sound I'm at now, I feel like I won't even venture to say I tried a bunch of different sounds because I don't think I did that. I feel like I just try to sound like me as much as possible, and whatever felt the most natural, I just ran with that. Whether it's trendy or not, I just literally just ran with that and just rode that wave.
That's cool.
Honestly,
dude, not many artists can say that for themselves now. So
that's what I would say. That's honestly what I would say.
Right on. What do you when you're not recording? What are you doing?
I'm not recording. I actually run a youth group. We're called Set Apart P-Town Youth. My wife and I run it.
I was actually about to ask about that. How did that come about?
Oh man, long story. Pretty much, I used to live in Compton, and I used to live in Compton. It was a very trying time in my life. I was virtually homeless. I had nowhere to go at the time frame, and I got a job at Pomona YMCA. Pomona YMCA, it's out of business now, but I had a job there, and they're the only place that offered me any kind of work of any kind. So I was like, man, I need to take this. Like, what choice do I have, right? Be unemployed or actually get some sort of income, right? So I was like, get you know what I'm saying? Go that route, right? So I'll take the bus from Compton to Pomona every single day. And those who are from the LA area, like, you understand, that's a mission.
No, that's a mission. I'm from that area. It's already about an hour by car on a weekday.
So imagine taking the bus, the blue line, you know what I mean? So we're talking about 4 or 5 hours one way. So it'd be 9 or 10 hours a day I spent on the bus just to get to Pomona, YMCA, to work with these kids in Pomona who, like, I know I saw a lot of myself in them in a lot of ways. Like, the way it happened, it grew gradually. Like, I saw a lot of myself in them. A lot of issues, a lot of broken homes, they've experienced the type of things I experienced growing up. And so in my mind, like, I don't know, it was just, at the time, like, when I was first doing it, traveling back and forth 10 hours a day, just like, it felt like I was just like at rock bottom. Like, I felt like there was no purpose there. I felt like, what am I doing? Like, I'm getting paid in jelly beans, basically. In terms of how much you get paid to work with childcare, not that much, right? So this can't be it. I remember praying to God, like, just give me a sign. I remember being on Greenleaf Boulevard, Long Beach Boulevard, just crying, like, out, like, bro, I felt so broken. But I remember God just telling me, hey, stay the course. There's something coming there for you. I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was, but he just kept on telling me to stay the course. I stayed the course. Eventually, these kids I was working with at Pomona YMCA, we just got closer and closer. The camaraderie grew and grew and grew. Nice. And then my wife and I were just like, bro, we should start. Then I eventually moved to Pomona. We got our own spot, a 1-bedroom spot, and in the inner city. And we were just like, we should start something for just a way we can reach these kids on a deeper level, like, as opposed to just being their teacher. You know what I mean? So I was like, we should start that. So we started a small group with 2 or 3 people at first. It wasn't meant to blow up into anything. This is just a way they can express themselves and reach them on a bigger level, like I said. 2 or 3 became 5. 5 became 7. It just spiraled out of control in the most amazing way possible. And now we're sitting at like 30 plus kids in our group. And we've been rocking for like 6, 7 years plus. And it's not even a youth group. Like, we're a lot different than most other groups. Like, a lot of groups, it's like, you go there and then you're done with. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like a family. We're literally a family. Like, these are my kids. Like, I have God kids now from these situations. Now it's a family, like, for real. And anybody who's around us, they gonna see it like immediately. And so all of our kids, like, they derive from Pomona, Compton, Watts, South Central areas. Those are like the main areas that we were involved in. All areas I've lived in and very familiar with. So that's the predominantly, like, and you know what comes with the territory, with the areas, like the problems that come with it, broken homes. These kids seen it all. I've seen it all at their age, so it's like, for me, it's like, it was a no-brainer. Like, this is what I have to do. You know what I mean? And a lot of times people see what I do and they're like, oh man, that's crazy, you're doing this. But to me, it's not even a job. It's just like, I feel it as a duty, like purely a duty. So it's like, when you take kids in as your own and literally take them as your own, it stops being work at the time. It stops being
work.
If you have a kid, if you have a child, like, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm doing work, I took my kid to school. You don't get points for that. Of course. You're supposed to do that. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the way we've approached it, and we have never looked back.
Of course, that's a point that many fail to miss. It's one thing to just teach a kid, because like you said, in terms of childcare and even parenting, it's just, you do your bit and you go away. But to make a difference in a child's life speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Speaks definite volumes. That's amazing.
I do it for my town, it's my baby, which is crazy, cause it's the one that saved me. The land that they go down, you a clown. They ain't playing, you insane if you think that it's a game. Old Boulevard, take a stroll one time. What you see may blow your mind. Young girls move before their time. Put your hands up, accept this ain't for no right. You may find me preaching out by these corners. Mama, pray you don't need to go under this Pomona. Home of the brave, it's a maze. To make it, they gotta be strictly amazing. I was lost with nowhere to go, then it took me in. Now I call it home. Cried out like young Simba on those Compton streets. Greenleaf, Long Beach, he answered me. And now here we are. The ride's been incredible. If I said that's all that she wrote, I'd be lying to you. I've been tried and true. I gave them my all, they just tore it apart. Return to me, boy, should've known from the start. Was deep in their trenches, my heart was too large. Bled when they bled, wiped the tears from their eyes. Still they cross me like AI. Please don't cross me. Those double lines, that's me. Would've given everything in me if they wouldn't let me. Please don't cross me. Those double lines, that's me. Cross little love me. Gotta keep doing me.
Yeah. on the valley, 1985. Grew up in the city every day, somebody dies. Little baby 16 and sold her body every night. Her mama strung out, daddy serving, double life. Suicidal thoughts be taking over in her head. She made a post and it read, she better off dead. She crying out for help, but nobody helping. Her baby daddy out here ballin', but he's selfish, yeah.
Thank you. That's a record called Double Lines, featuring Pomona Drake. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need more. I forgot. Need more set design. Yes. Perfecto. Alright, go ahead. Alright, so never mind the continuity change here. Now let's talk some shop. Let's talk music. Your song Double Lines. Heard it. It's great. How'd you come across with forming the beat to it?
I actually didn't perform the beat. That beat was actually made by Karn Beats. That's the homie. Karn Beats, yeah, KarnBeats. Karn Beats. He's at Karn Beats, I believe, on Instagram. He actually reached out to me a while ago, a long time ago. Or I forget exactly how it came about, honestly, but it's something like that. Somebody referred him to me. And I remember just scrolling through his thing and looking and listening. I'm like, hold up, this beat right here, it has something to it, right? And I even played that beat to a couple other people, and they were just like, "What? This is cool, bro, but it's nothing crazy." But in my mind, I'm like, "No, you don't hear what I hear on this beat." And it's funny because like the type of beat I was actually telling my guy over here earlier, when you hear that this beat, it sounds like an old school R&B type of beat, like a love song, and that's exactly what he had labeled it as. But in my mind, I'm like, "Nah, man, I hear something way different." That's the thing about me, my music. If I hear something completely different, it could be 100 people telling me something different. But if I hear it, I hear it. And I heard, nah, this right here needs to be some sort of a, I don't know, just a cry, just some sort of just bring awareness to what's going on out here and just understand. So I turned it into Double Lines just to speak on my journey to Pomona and how it's been a crazy road. Man, it's been crazy.
The teardrops in our eyes show us proof that we're alive. They shine like beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Beautiful, beautiful diamonds. The dark clouds passing by to make room for sun to shine on all these beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Beautiful, beautiful. My young boy flying high in a place one day we'll find. There was nothing but beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Let's revolutionize. See tragedy through different eyes and shine like beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Beautiful, beautiful. When I first got the call, flat her face fell over. My J's are time really over. When 105 on the 105. Almost crashed, water blind my eyes. The bullet is singing, got no reason. With zero intention, believe me. Was went for evil, won't reside. God took his sermon with him all night. In the heaven that we are, servants love beneath. The wisdom leaves you with low and grace, new men. They won't have last laugh, no, we'll leave or reside. Like a diamond in the sky, our young boy is shining bright. Teardrops in our eyes show us proof that we're alive. They shine like beautiful, beautiful diamonds. Beautiful, beautiful diamonds. The dark clouds passing by.
You want to wait? Yeah. Talk to me.
It's up there. Hello, Mr. Police.
Damn helicopters. Damn helicopters. Ruining everything. That's why I hate filming in Long Beach. Everywhere you film, it's by the airport.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. What would you have to say to, because the Garageband Talkshow is followed by a lot of indie musicians and people who are trying to get up there. Not just to people who want to get in hip hop, not just to people who want to be soul singers, just creatives in general. What would you have to say to them?
I think when it comes to music, I feel like it has to be very natural. I think that's one of the biggest things I'll say. A lot of times, I mean, we hear it all the time on the radio and wherever, like, a lot of times you can tell that's not somebody's sound, but they're going with it just because they think that's gonna. They think it's trendy. They think it's the way that everybody's rolling with. So the biggest thing I'll say is be natural and have a circle around you that's willing to be authentic and willing to be transparent about how good your music actually is. People aren't gonna just sell you things. People are gonna tell you the honest truth. I feel like that's very, very, very important. But at the end of the day, you have to do it because you love it, and you have to do it for that reason, purpose. And I feel like if you do it for any other reason, it's gonna come out in your music. And just continue to try different things out, and keep working, keep working, keep working. If it's meant to be, it will be.
Right on. Right on to that. Look, I'm gonna give you an air dap from the seat. And Ignatious, everybody. All right, stay tuned. There's a lot more GarageBand Talk Show from this moment on. Again, it's the Reverend Kyle P. Davis with Ignatious, GarageBand Talk Show.
You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, under Ignatious. Before there used to be a couple other artists named Ignatious, the Imposters, but now if you look up Ignatious, it should come up.
Oh, it's like you and another guy. But
yeah, it used to be a lot, but actually Jadakiss actually came out with an album with an album called Ignatious.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, by the way, Jada. It's a little alley-oop. Yeah. So you can find it under Ignatious on Spotify, Apple Music, and every major platform. I'm trying to think. My socials, like I said, is @TheOnlyIgnatious, and that's on Instagram. And then I'm already on Twitter like that. I won't even dish that one. My email though, @TheOnlyIgnatius@gmail.com. That's the artist email. Yes. And I appreciate y'all for having me on this show.
I appreciate you for coming along. Once again, the real, the only Ignatious. Can't thank you enough, dude, for kicking it with me, dude. Yeah. Go sign the wall, and again, this has been the GarageBand Talk Show.
Look at the time. Get to sleep about your rise. There go my bro.